Good morning, YouTube. Today is going to be a short video, and I want to talk about when you leave your firewood out and it starts to get checked before you split it. I cut most of this in the summer and fall. Some of it has started to check, some of it that affects the splitting more so than other. This is butternut hickory from a few videos ago. It still splits pretty good. It's lighter than it was, but you can it's still pretty fresh. Then I've got some cherry over here that I'm pretty confident was dead before it fell, or it fell and it died kind of at the same time, and then I cut it many months later. It was already starting to dry out, and you just tell just when you cut it when it's dry feeling, or brittle or dusty. And it's been kind of sitting here. I've split about half of it. There's some big gnarly pieces. It's got lots of checks, cracks, and that's not so good. Splitting green wood is definitely the best. I'm just gonna check out it. Some people say wood's easier to split after it's sat out for a while. I don't really believe that. I think that it's best when you split it fresh. Wood's the easiest to work when it's green. Just have to allow for movement and such. Now that being said, I'm using this is a Hulta 4's splitting axe. It's small. It's like right at around 3 pounds. This is definitely a fresh wood axe, and I would even say it's a small and or easy to split wood axe. It doesn't have a lot of weight behind it, so if I'm going to really slam through wood, this one is not so good for that. However, it is really good when I can just have nice easy swings, and accuracy is more important. So I don't know how it's going to do on this. I got a feeling some pieces like this one it's probably going to do really good on, and some other ones just going to stick in. And that's when I would employ one of the bruisers. Now, if this was all fresh, this one would be pretty good on most of it. Still may have a couple of areas where it needed some help, but for the most part, it would work. So I'm gonna see what it does on this piece. Same process, furthest, closest. You don't have to go on the cracks. That's where the wood has naturally separated. In this case, I'm going to, just because I know cherry wood, and it's not going to hurt it to do that. Some woods, it doesn't matter. That split almost all the way through. Not apart, but that's promising. See, if this was green, this would have popped. All right, that's split. So now I'll turn it. That was split. Cherry's a medium wood, so I like medium pieces with it, small pieces even. If you notice, I didn't hit any of that very hard. I also didn't bend over more than once, because the purpose is to split the wood into firewood, not to hit the wood so hard that it goes into orbit. You have to mess with it. All right, that's all good. Let's try another one. I'm gonna get a bigger one, see if I can have some different colors. I've got to go cut the rest of this tree soon. I got all the canopy out, logs laying there. That's the next one on the woodcutter's list. Now this piece is twice as big. I do think it's reasonably straight, but I do predict either lots of work or some help needed for this little axe. I think we're lucky here because it's so straight. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Turn and split. It made nice spoons and bowls. As usual, I've got a block with an angle on it. This side's a lot more checked. And that's simply because it faces the south, or it was facing the south as it was piled up. And that sounds bizarre. I'm in an open field here, but just enough of that winter sun has been on it to where that side's dried out. The other side is just not as much. One great thing about this axe is these two corners are nice and sharp, and they're very good at lightly driving into the wood and hooking for picking it up. Turn this one over. Great fireplace wood because it just smells so daggum good when you burn it. All right, that's the cherry. Let's see, I got time for a little hickory situation. Yeah. This butternut hickory has been a pleasure to split. The only issue it's got is the bark is so strong and stringy that you can have it separated from the pith to the bark and it won't come off. Let's see what it does here. Yowzer. I'll go one more time with this, but I'm pretty sure it's not even gonna, it's not gonna do anything. However, this will. Hickory is one of those woods that all the strength is in the sapwood. Well, not all the strength, but a lot of it. You know, axe handles are traditionally light colored, and if you look at hickory, especially this bitternut, you've got the heartwood and the sapwood. The heartwood is really pretty, but almost every time handles are made out of this because it's just got that much more flex. This is a little bit more brittle. This is great for hammer handles and hatchet handles. This is really what you want on a long handle axe. Might not be as nice looking, but that's what I like. I'll switch to this just to slice through the strings. There we go. All right, see you next time.